Wednesday, December 3rd, 2025, AGNDD IntelliReport topic. Hong Kong arrests more suspects in fire probe as death toll hits 151. Please pardon any visual and informational inaccuracies in this entirely AI-generated article-based video. Hong Kong arrests more suspects in fire probe as death toll hits 151. By Claire Jim and Jesse Pang. Reuters. December 1st, 2025, 11:46 a.m. ES2. Summary. Authorities blame renovation materials for fueling blaze. More than 40 still missing in city's worst fire in decades. Blaze engulfed 7 tower blocks under renovation. Hundreds moved into temporary housing, lives disrupted. Hong Kong, December 1st, Reuters. Hong Kong authorities said on Monday they had arrested 13 people for suspected manslaughter in a probe into the city's deadliest fire in decades, pointing to substandard renovation materials for fueling a blaze that has claimed at least 151 lives. Police continued to sweep the 7 burnt-out towers engulfed in Wednesday's disaster at the Wang Fuk Court Estate, finding bodies of residents in stairwells and on rooftops, trapped as they tried to flee the flames. More than 40 people are still missing. Some of the bodies have turned into ash. Therefore, we might not be able to locate all missing individuals. Police official Sang Shuk Yin told reporters, choking up with emotion. Tests on several samples of a green mesh that was wrapped around bamboo scaffolding on the buildings at the time of the blaze did not match fire retardant standards. Officials overseeing the investigations told a news conference. Contractors working on the renovations used these substandard materials in hard-to-reach areas, effectively hiding them from inspectors, said Chief Secretary Eric Chan. Foam insulation used by contractors also fanned the flames, and fire alarms at the complex were not working properly, officials have said. Thousands have turned out to pay tribute to the victims, who include at least 9 domestic helpers from Indonesia and 1 from the Philippines, with lines of mourners stretching more than a kilometer, a half-mile, along a canal next to the estate. Vigils are also due to take place this week in Tokyo, London, and Taipei, authorities said. Amid pockets of public anger over missed fire risk warnings, Beijing has warned it would crack down on any anti-China protests. At least one person involved in a petition calling for an independent probe and a review of construction oversight, among other demands, was detained for around 2 days, sources familiar with the matter said. Police have declined to comment on the case. Hong Kong Security Chief Chris Tang also declined to comment on specific operations at a press conference on Monday. I've noticed that some people with malicious intent, aiming to harm Hong Kong and national security, have taken advantage of this painful moment for society, he said. Therefore, we must take appropriate action, including enforcement measures. Search moves to worst affected buildings. The buildings being scoured for remains are the worst damaged, and the search may take weeks, authorities have said. Images shared by police showed officers clad in hazmat suits, face masks, and helmets, inspecting rooms with blackened walls and furniture reduced to ashes, and wading through water used to douse fires that raged for days. Throngs of officers arrived at the site early on Monday morning to continue their search of the burnt-out buildings. The apartment blocks were home to more than 4,000 people, according to census data, and those that escaped must now try to get their lives back on track. More than 1,100 people have been moved out of evacuation centers into temporary housing, with a further 680 put up in youth hostels and hotels, authorities said. With many residents leaving behind belongings as they fled, authorities have offered emergency funds of HK $10,000, $1,284, to each household and provided special assistance for issuing new identity cards, passports, and marriage certificates. Deadliest blaze since 1948. Residents of Wang Fuk Court were told by authorities last year they faced relatively low fire risks after complaining about fire hazards posed by the renovations, the city's labor department said. The residents raised concerns in September 2024, including about the potential flammability of the mesh contractors used to cover the scaffolding, a department spokesperson said. Hong Kong's deadliest fire since 1948, when 176 people died in a warehouse blaze, has stunned the city, where legislative elections are due to be held this weekend. On Saturday, police detained Miles Kwan, 24, part of a group that launched a petition demanding an independent probe into possible corruption and a review of construction oversight, two people familiar with the matter said. Reuters could not establish whether he had been arrested. Kwan left a police station in a taxi on Monday afternoon, according to a Reuters witness. Two others have also since been arrested on suspicion of seditious intent, the South China Morning Post said. The police declined to comment on those reported arrests. China's National Security Office warned individuals on Saturday against using the disaster to plunge Hong Kong back into the chaos of 2019, when massive pro-democracy protests challenged Beijing and triggered a political crisis. We sternly warn the anti-China disruptors who attempt to disrupt Hong Kong through disaster, the office said in a statement. No matter what methods you use, you will certainly be held accountable and strictly punished. Reporting by Jesse Pang, Nikoko Chan, James Pomfret, and Farah Master. Writing by John Getty. Editing by Raju Gopalakrishnan. Our standards, the Thomson Reuters Trust Principles. Suggested topics, China. Jesse Pang, Thomson Reuters. Jesse Pang is a breaking news correspondent at Reuters, where she focuses on politics and general news in Hong Kong as well as breaking news in China. She's a two-time SOPA Awards winner and a Human Rights Press Awards winner. She's also an FCC Claire Hollingworth Fellow, 2019-20. She joined Reuters in 2019 after an internship. She graduated from the University of Hong Kong with a master's in journalism.
Thank you for watching this AGNDD Intelli Report, dear viewers. Please like, subscribe, and click the bell button to get notified during new uploads. And make sure to tune in next time. Stay safe and healthy. Cheers!